Good morning and welcome to the vlog. It's travel day and we're finally off to Las Vegas. So a very quick intro, if you're new to the vlog, welcome to our channel. My name is Russell. I'll be joined by my wife Emily, who's upstairs just getting ready at the moment. It is 4:30 in the morning. We're all packed up and we're just waiting for the chauffeur drive to arrive and take us to the airport. Packing lightly for this trip. The taxi is here, so we're going to get on our way to the airport. So we made it to the airport. In case you didn't guess from the time lapse, we are in Dubai. We obviously are British, but we're expats, so I've been living in the Middle East for 13 years in Dubai, and Emily's been here for 9 years. So flying with Emirates to LA business class. So we're going to get checked in now, and then I'll pick it up again once we get in the lounge. Okay, so we made it through check-in pretty easily, just in the business class lounge. I'll show you a little bit of the lounge. I'll introduce you to Emily. So we are off to Los Angeles, as I said, with Emirates on the A380. It's a 16.5-hour flight, so it could be worse. We could be in economy. It's not too bad in business, but it's still a long day. And then when we land, we've got a 4-hour drive up to Fresno, and then we're doing Sequoia and Yosemite first, and then we'll be heading to Vegas. So the business class lounge is absolutely packed. So I actually filmed this footage last week when I flew to New York. No, sorry, not New York, when I flew to London. So I'll run you through the itinerary. As I said, we'll be 16.5-hour flight to LA. We're landing around 2:15. We'll be picking up the car from Hertz and driving up to Fresno. So originally this was only a 14-day trip. I actually have to do a business meeting just south of San Francisco. So I said that rather than me flying there just for a couple of meetings and flying all the way back to Dubai, obviously I had the holiday booked and we were flying to LA, so we added on 2 or 3 days. Luckily Emily, with her job being cabin crew, managed to get a few days off before the leave started. So we're staying in Fresno. It was all a very last minute trip. Originally we were going to be landing in LA, going to Yamava Casino, which is just outside of LA in San Bernardino, to watch the Cole Swindell concert, and then we were going to head to Las Vegas. But now with the additional days and me having to go up to San Francisco, we're going to do Sequoia National Park the day after we land, and then the following day we're doing Yosemite National Park, heading up to Mammoth Lakes where we'll be stopping overnight. And then we'll be doing the original drive back down to San Bernardino, staying there one night, going to Yamava Casino for a few hours, Cole Swindell concert, and then we'll be driving down to Vegas. So we've got 10 days in total in Las Vegas. We're doing, I think, 6 days on the first trip. We'll be staying at the Nomad Hotel. We've got a hotel booked for the Saturday night, the first Saturday night, when we're going to be watching Luke Bryan in concert at Resorts World. But the prices are absolutely crazy. Well, when we went to book it, I mean, you were looking at probably $1,000 a night for a decent hotel. So prices have started to come down now. So we've got one booked, but we're probably gonna see what happens with the pricing over the next 2-3 days. If something comes up at $500 or less in the Wynn or Bellagio or Resorts World, we'll change the booking to there. And for the rest of the trip in Vegas, we'll be staying in the Nomad. So like I said, we'll be doing, I think, 5 days in the Nomad Hotel, and then we're heading up to Arizona and Utah. So we're doing the Grand Canyon North Rim, and then across to Zion National Park, where we're staying in a really cool glamping resort. I won't give you too much information, but it's... What are you moaning about now?
I wasn't happy at first.
Yeah, Emily wasn't happy. She's not really a glamping person. I mean, she certainly won't camp. Glamping, she was a bit like, oh, I don't want to do anything fancy in a teepee or anything like this. So I had booked the hotel, and then we found this place called Zion White Buffalo or something. And we're actually staying in a old-fashioned, like, country wagon wheel style hotel, but it is luxurious, double bed, ensuite bathroom, everything. So obviously you'll see that in the vlog later. So we're doing that for two days. Like I said, doing Grand Canyon, Zion National Park, Horseshoe Bend. We're doing Antelope Canyon as well. And then we're going to head back to Vegas Sunday night. And then we've got another 4 or 5 nights in Vegas, and we've got some friends flying in from Atlanta to spend 4 days in Vegas with us. And then we'll be driving back to LA, and then another 16.5-hour flight back to Dubai 18 days later. So yeah, we've got a really fun-filled, very, very busy holiday. We're not the type of people to go and sit by a pool all day or go to the beach and relax. Our holidays are all about going out, doing adventures, driving across America. You know, we do 2-3 trips a year. This is obviously our first full-on vlog. I've done a couple of vlogs on my Atlantic City and London trip, but this is the first vlog that we've done. So obviously we'll be vlogging, you know, all of our future trips. We're huge Vegas fanatics. We're looking forward to the national parks, but yeah, we're really excited to get on those machines and lose all our money. Well, hopefully not this time. Fingers crossed. This trip is going to be our lucky trip. I'm confident we're going to have at least 1 or 2 hand pays this trip. So let's see. Emily's not so confident. But anyway, yeah. So we've got now about 2.5 hours till we board. So
we've been up since 2:30.
Yeah, we've been up pretty much all night. So yeah, not really looking forward to this flight. It's a very, very long day flying to LA. But yeah, I'll pick it up on the onboard lounge on the Emirates, and I'll show you through the seat and the service, and then I'll pick up the vlog fully when we get to LA. We've not even boarded yet. We've got 16.5-hour flight, and she's driving me mad already. She's behaving like a little teenager. Look at her spinning around in a chair. It's going to be a long flight. There's going to be a lot of wine drunk. So I wouldn't normally have a red wine at 7:45 in the morning, but I was walking through and I noticed the red wine selection, and they had a couple of nice bottles of red wine. So there's an app called Vivino, which basically you take a picture and it gives you all the information about the wine. You can get different ratings, tells you how much the bottles of wine are all around the world, and scanned a couple of the bottles. One was a 4.1 rating, which is anything over 4 is usually classed as a very, very good wine on Vivino. And then I noticed one was a Pomerol. Now there's lipstick all over the glass because Emily couldn't wait 2 minutes and took a gulp of it. And this is a 4.5, which is the highest rated wine I've actually ever seen on Vivino. $150 a bottle. So I thought, well, it'd be rude not to give it a go. It reminds me of a story once when I was flying to the UK with Emirates on business class, and I went into the lounge, and I don't know if they mixed it up or if someone had bought a bottle of wine themselves, but I went over to the wine selection. Obviously I do enjoy wine, and my mother has actually done a wine tasting course and passed on the knowledge to me when I was younger, even though I didn't want to know anything about it at the time. And so I noticed this label, I noticed the brand. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't a Chateau Mouton Rothschild wine, but it was one of the top vineyards in the world. And yeah, I noticed this bottle of wine, looked at the label, googled the label, and I think it was a $1,500 bottle of wine. So I don't know whether Emirates had cocked up, whether it had been put there for VIP, or whether someone had bought it, because there is a fine wine shop in the airport, whether someone had bought it and they'd meant to obviously open it or drink it, and something happened and they left it there. So anyway, yeah, I took the bottle, took it down to my seat, and well, I polished the whole thing off in one go before the flight, because it was a $1,500 bottle of wine, and why not? All right, time to get on board the aircraft. All right, so we went to the gate as we thought they'd be boarding, and they're not boarding yet. And just next to the gate is another little bar area, and they've actually got 3 different wines. So I scanned them and came across a $648 bottle of wine. So yeah, the wine tasting continues. Very nice. Sorry, I'm out of breath because I just had to leg it to the other side of the airport. So I remembered that when you're gold or above, you get these personalised Skywards tags. So they print your name on them, and you can put them on your baggage tag, sorry. So I just nipped up to the front desk and got these printed, and it looks like now everybody is starting to board. So we'll make our way onto the flight.
I've been pacing my paces, no kamikaze. I've been making my makers say what I'm offering. We've all had behaviors and they were trouble.
So the best thing about the business class seats is Emily's sat next to me, and I can just pop this up and ignore her for 16 hours. Cheers. So we just boarded, having our glass of champagne, and they've just delivered the amenity kits. So you get a his version and a hers version. Just got served breakfast. They've gone for the cheese omelette with beans, tomato, potato roasties, sausages, croissants, and a fruit selection. I'm watching Band of Brothers, and Emily's watching Harry Potter. So this is the best part of flying Emirates on the A380 is obviously you get access to the lounge at the back of the aircraft. So this is only on the A380. You obviously don't get it on the 777. Plenty of snacks, sandwiches, full cocktail menu, full bar. So Emily's on the champagne and I'm on the white wine from Sonoma County. Cheers. Little touches that I like on Emirates. They came over and took a nice little picture of us. Alright, so we've been on the plane now for 8 hours. We've got 8 hours to go. We're just doing the lunch service, so I've gone for the tandoori chicken with focaccia salad. And for the main course, we're both having the beef tenderloin, and Emily has gone for the tomato soup. Alright, so we made it to Hertz to pick up the car, and we've actually got a Volvo XC90, which is the car I drive in Dubai. So we're going to get loaded now and get on our way up to Fresno. So I'm going to load the bag now and I'll pick up the vlog in a minute. Alright, so we made it to Los Angeles. 16-hour flight was... it was okay, actually. There's no Wi-Fi on board, though, so that was a bit of a bummer. Even though we were flying in business class, 16 hours is a long way. Certainly feeling it now. We've been awake for close to 48 hours. We've had about 2-3 hours sleep. Before the flight, Emily managed to get about 6 hours sleep. I managed to get about 2 hours sleep the whole flight. I've actually watched all 10 episodes of Band of Brothers, which is about 13 hours of TV, so it shows how much sleeping I did. I didn't film anything in the airport because we're in a bit of a rush. Immigration took about 15 minutes, so we picked up the car about 3:30, and we're now driving to Fresno, which is saying it's about 4.5 hours. Shock horror, within 3 minutes of leaving the airport, we are sat in traffic in LA. So yeah, I'll pick up the vlog once we get to the hotel. We're staying at the Doubletree Hilton. So actually, I've got a couple of business meetings over the next 2 days. That's the reason that we are going up to San Francisco. Originally, we were just going to be flying, as I mentioned earlier, flying in on Friday, heading to New Harbor, and then straight up to Vegas.
But it's a good job because the traffic.
Yeah, so I mean, we were flying in on a Friday and apparently trying to get to San Bernardino, coming through the airport at that time, apparently it would take like 3-4 hours. And we would be landing at, what, 2:30ish, and then we would be going straight to the Cole Swindell concert at Emirates Casino at like 7-8 p.m. So we might not have actually made it there. So this is actually better now because we can drive down Friday morning. We've got all morning and all day to get there. So we've rented a car from Hertz, and I've rented a 7-seater premium SUV. And they've given me a Volvo XC90, which is the car I drive in Dubai. So that's handy. I'm familiar with everything. It's a very comfortable car. It's top spec. And we got a really good deal on it, actually. We paid about $35 per day. Now, originally, when I first booked the car, it was about $18, $19. A little tip for anyone that's booking, especially in the US, is book free cancellation rates. And quite often, the car rates do fluctuate and vary quite a lot. So just keep checking it every week, every 2 weeks. And like I said, we've ended up saving probably $600, $700, maybe $800 on car hire. So it's cost us about $550 or something for 17, 18 days car hire for a luxury SUV. So yeah, really good deal. Obviously, it helps me Fresno circle with Hertz. But yeah, we'll pick up the vlog once we get there. Hopefully, it's showing 4 hours and 3 minutes in traffic. So hopefully, we can make up a little bit of time on the way. All right, so we're still sat in traffic. We're going to be for another 30 minutes. So I thought I'd just quickly explain. So basically, obviously, we're doing an 18-day road trip, and 10 days of it are going to be in Vegas. So I'm actually going to split the vlogs up. So if you're interested only in Vegas, I'm going to do a separate vlog on a separate playlist just for the obviously for the Vegas people who enjoy the gambling and the Vegas side of things. And then I'll do a full vlog of the full 18-day trip. So if you're interested in all the national parks, the Vegas side and everything else, then obviously stay on this vlog. But if you're only interested in the Vegas aspect and side of things, then you'll probably need to come back in 3 or 4 weeks. And I'll do a separate playlist which will start on Saturday, and we'll cover purely everything that we do in Vegas. Right, any Californians watching this vlog, can you explain to me why is it whenever you get in a tunnel everyone starts beeping for no reason? It's very strange. Okay, so we made it to the hotel. That was not gonna lie, it was a pretty tough drive. It was only a 4-hour drive, but when you've just done a 16-hour flight and been awake for 24 or 25 hours or longer, yeah, struggled to stay awake, to be honest. Just wanted it to end. Obviously, a lot of traffic to start off with, but we got to the hotel. Got to the hotel about 8 p.m. Obviously, we've checked in to our room, so I'll do a quick room tour for you. And then we just went out to Walmart to get some waters, get something to eat, get some blueberry muffins for tomorrow morning. Obviously, we're expecting to be up at 3-4 o'clock in the morning. So we've got some muffins that we can take to Sequoia National Park. And grabbed a couple of wraps to have some dinner, and then went to the Amazon locker to collect 4 or 5 things that we've ordered from Dubai that obviously we can't get on Amazon over there. So it is now 20 past 9. We're just going to have something to eat and then probably be in bed by 10 p.m. So we'll pick up the vlog bright and early tomorrow morning when we head to Sequoia National Park. Okay, so we'll do a very quick room tour. We're in room 445 in the Doubletree in Fresno. This is the Doubletree Convention Center. So we've got a king suite. So as you enter, got a nice little living area with sofa, decent sized TV, a little desk area which is currently full of stuff from Walmart and the Amazon locker that we've just been to get a few things for the holiday. Little kitchenette that's got a fridge, microwave, coffee machine and sink. Then it goes through into the bedroom. Again, you've got, rather strange, you've got the sink and the mirror inside the bedroom, small wardrobe, again, decent sized TV. There's a safe in there, a little mini bar, decent sized king size bed. And into the bathroom, Crabtree and Evelyn Beauty bath products and bath and shower. And as I mentioned before, this room we have not paid for because obviously I have meetings tomorrow and the day after, and therefore this has been covered by the company. All right, good morning and welcome to day 2, or our first full day of vlogging, first full day of the holiday. It is 4:30 in the morning. Last night was not a fun night for me. We went to bed at 10:30, as I said earlier. We just went to Walmart last night, had a sandwich in the room and went to bed early. Emily's head hit the pillow and she was flat out within seconds. I was extremely tired after all the driving and obviously the flying. Felt like I was drifting off at 10:30 and for some reason my body just kept twitching and waking itself up. 10:30 became 11:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30 and then 3:30 Emily finally woke up and so we decided, sod it, let's get up, let's get out there. I then had a message from a colleague in Cairo, Egypt, saying, can we jump on a quick Zoom call? So I did a Zoom call for work at 3:30 this morning. And now it's 4:30, we're just about getting ready to go out. So we're gonna head to Sequoia National Park today. It's about a 2-hour drive to where we're going. We're gonna start off with Morro Rock, which is a large rock face stroke mountain trail hike type of thing. I believe it's about 300 steps plus some long walks, basically up this mountain. Sunrise is at 6:37 a.m. so we're hoping to get there and get up to the top just as the sun rises. So obviously we'll vlog a little bit of the journey and then we'll pick up the vlog when we get to Morro Rock. So we'll see you there. All right, good morning. As I said, it is 10 to 7. Wow, there's a lot of midgies, Aussies. And we are at Morro Rock in Sequoia National Park. And we are climbing 300 plus steps. I've done 15 and I'm already out of breath. I'll show you what we're going up. All right, so we are going right up there to the top, and already some incredible views. So we had an interesting journey. Half of it was in the dark, pitch black. We're driving down this one road, and all of a sudden Emily screams, goes, "Ah, there's a coyote in the road. Careful, watch out." And as we drive closer to it, we realise it's a golden retriever with a purple bloody dog collar on it. And it is very, very smoky because there are a couple of fires apparently that have been burning. They are aware of them, but it's yeah, strong smell of smoke in the air. So this is what I was saying. You can see there are a couple of wildfires 6 miles from the giant forest. It's been burning since August 15th. 75 acres in size, and you can obviously see all the smoke. And the sun just starting to rise. Lovely shot now of the rising sun. Hopefully by the time we get to the top, it'll be up there and it'll be an incredible view. Here she is. I'll make a hiker out of her by the end of this trip. All right, we're getting near the top. Fucking hell. Obviously living in Dubai, we're used to the hot and humid air. It's cold and dry. It's about 10 degrees. It's obviously smoky as well. And every time you think you're getting to the top, you turn a corner and then you see more stairs. But it's worth it, the view is incredible. All right, we made it to the top just as the sun broke past the mountains. Incredible. Shame about the smoke, and it's not a clear day, but it's still breathtaking. I'm just having a little rest. Alright, so we are making our way back down. That only took probably 10 minutes to climb, with a couple of stops to take photos. We are not experienced hikers. We are not the fittest people on the planet, and we found it pretty easy. Like I said, the only difficult thing is actually the air, because we're not used to we're not used to fresh air, and we're not used to clean, cold air. We're obviously used to hot and humid, and the altitude as well. Actually, walking down is harder than walking up, which is usually the case on hikes. So yeah, you know, you only need to allow yourself 10-15 minutes to get to the top. And then look, for us, we're not the type of people who sit there for 45 minutes and looking at stuff. We get up there, we take a few photos, we enjoy it, and then we get on to the next one. We want to get around as much of the park as possible while it's quiet. Some areas, obviously, as you can see, are very narrow, but this is good practice for Antelope Canyon. And there is handrails all the way up and stones, so you're pretty protected. We're doing it in just trainers, no hiking boots needed. It's a lovely 10-12 degrees. Weather's perfect. Weather's perfect, it really is, yeah. So we're going to head down to the bottom now, and then we're going to go through the tunnel, which is basically a giant sequoia tree that's fallen, and they've chiseled out a tunnel that you can drive through, and you can actually walk across the log. And then we're going to head to the biggest tree in the world by volume, which is the General Sherman tree. So we'll pick the vlog up back once we get towards the tunnel. We just come across a little deer
that Russell nearly ran over.
Well, it's not my fault, he's in the road. Coming out for his morning graze.
They camouflage you with the trees.
They're really hard to see. They are. Right, so we made it to Sequoia Tunnel Log. So as you can see, this is a giant sequoia that has fallen down, and they've literally carved out a little bridge. So we're going to drive straight through it. Quite incredible.
The things I do for this pissing vlog for him, I'm literally stood here on my own, middle of nowhere, waiting for him to come through this bloody tunnel. Life of a vlogger.
Morning.
Now he wants to climb up and walk along. But it is really a good idea to come here early. I mean, it's only 7:30 in the morning and literally we've got the place to ourselves. So definitely come early if you can.
Well, this could be fun.
What?
Do I have to do the lumbago?
Lumbago? Limbo?
What did I say?
Lumbago? What's that? Limbo. I don't trust you up there. You've got to drive it.
Don't trust myself. My God, this thing's massive. Jesus Christ.
There he is.
So, I mean, you know these trees are going to be big because that's what they're famous for, but just when you park your car next to it, or Emily, a human, stands in front of the tree, this isn't the biggest one either. You see how big they actually are. Incredible. Oh, look, she's like a little gnome who's found a new home. So nice just to be out in the fresh air and walking amongst nature. As I said in the Atlantic City vlog when I went to the national park there, you know, being in Dubai, we just missed the greenery, the fresh air. Yeah, we've only been here an hour and absolutely loving it already. Okay, so we're just pulling up to the General Sherman tree. Oh, there's a little chipmunk on the road then. Nearly got squashed.
Another animal.
Another roadkill. One tick for a deer and one tick for a little roadrunner or whatever they're called, chipmunk. So yeah, we're just pulling into the General Sherman car park, and we brought some snacks with us. We had a Walmart blueberry muffin at 4 o'clock this morning, so we're just going to get a chicken Caesar wrap out of our cooler bag and have that. Alright, so that wasn't the General Sherman car park, that was the General Sherman overflow car park. It's actually empty. So we are here today, we landed on the 5th of September, which is obviously the day after Labor Day. I mean, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, so it is still early. Oh look, here's the chipmunks in front. You can see them on the rock, running around. You won't be able to see them on the video.
Yeah, I can see them fighting.
A couple of little things playing. So it's very, very quiet. I mean, we'd allotted about 3 hours to do the Morro Trail, the tunnel, and General Sherman Trail, but I mean there's no one. Whenever we pull up, there's no cars in any of the car parks. I mean, you can see now this is the main car park for the General Sherman tree, which is probably the biggest attraction in Sequoia, and there isn't a single car here
There's one.
Oh no, there's 2 or 3 cars. They ruined the vlog.
How dare they?
Oh, it's that Arizona State University car.
It's that guy.
So yeah, we're just going to pull up here and have something to eat quickly, and then we'll take you on the trail with us. All right, so our second breakfast of the day is a chicken Caesar wrap, and it looked a little bit dry, and I hate dry food. I love mayonnaise and sauces. I thought that was a snake then, it's a twig. I got some Ken's Steakhouse. Ken's Steakhouse, some of my favourite sauces. I appreciate this is probably going to be backwards now, isn't it? So yeah, 8 o'clock in the morning, breakfast take 2. Half a chicken Caesar wrap and some Caesar sauce with some electrolytes. These are great, by the way. I'll talk about these when we get to Vegas, but best way to stop or cure a hangover: electrolyte before you drink, before you go out, and one when you get back. Brilliant. You are not going to believe what's... I've just gone to peel the lid off the Caesar sauce, and...
You can't see it, but
I don't know if it can pick it up, but I am now covered in Caesar dressing. What a great way. Look at it. It's spurted out everywhere. It's on my hands. Emery, I can't press stop. So I probably should be telling you things like how far this trail is and how easy or difficult it is to trek. But I'm new at this and I have absolutely no idea. It's not very far, I know that, and it's very easy.
It says 0.4 miles.
0.4 miles, which is about 0.5 kilometres or something, half a kilometre. And it's all paved, a few steps, so it's a nice easy trek. I think it's only going to take 5 minutes to get down to the tree. Okay, so we've been walking for only 3-4 minutes and you come to this flat area which is halfway down. So the tiled area that you can see here, this is basically the footprint of the tree. Emily, go stand right in the middle and then they can see how big it is in comparison. So yeah, I mean, that is a pretty big tree. So we're gonna continue down now and we'll catch up when we get there. All right, we made it. Ready for the big grand reveal? Jesus Christ, that's big. It actually doesn't look that big from here on the camera. As we go closer, you'll see it. Right, so I'm 6'5", 2 meters. I'm going to stand in front of it so you can get an idea of perception of just how big this is.
It's got the volume and the weight.
Yeah, it's not the tallest or the widest, but in terms of the overall volume, it's the biggest tree on Earth. And then to give you an idea just how wide it is. So instead of me doing that stupid thing in front of the tree, I could have just showed you this, but... So as we're just walking back now to the car, thought I'd take a minute just to show you a new purchase, which is really handy. It's called the Flex Tail. It's a mosquito and bug repellent. Comes with a USB-C charging cable. It's a 3-in-1, so it acts as a what they call a battery pack. It's also got a power bank. Sorry, it's also got a light with 3 different settings you can use, and we're lost. Which way are we going? We're going this way. And basically what it does is you put these mosquito repellent pads in, which you can buy on Amazon, slot them in here. It's these 2 blue things, and it heats it up to 165 degrees, I believe. Yep. And it basically emits this scent, and it keeps all the mosquitoes, insects and bugs away. And depending on what setting you have it on, it will work up to 30 meters. And on full, it lasts about 11 hours. So yeah, really good. We've been using it so far, and we've had Mosquitoes have approached us and then flown away, no bites. So yeah, really good, about $35 on Amazon. Hello, mate. Is this Alvin, Theodore, or what's the other chipmunk called? Simon.
I think it's there, right?
He is. See, that's why we're out of breath. It's not because we're unfit, it's because it's the air, honestly. It's not us. Alright, so we are all done with General Sherman. We're back in the car and we are going to take the Kings Canyon Scenic Byway down to, what's it called? Three River Falls, I think. That might be wrong. If it's wrong, I'll put the proper name in the video down below. Okay, so we made a slight detour because we have no signal and we can't find the Google Map route and offline maps is not working. So we, excuse me, just popping into Waxahachie Lodge, which I believe does extremely nice pizzas, but it's only 9 o'clock, so it's too early. We've got a lovely little terrace out the back, which we'll show you in a minute. So we're just going to come here and, if I can show you now, and hope that they have some Wi-Fi so that we can find out where on earth we're going next. So yeah, really nice lodge, nice decking out in the middle of the forest. Okay, so we had a little change of plan. We were supposed to be going down Route 180 into the valley in Kings Canyon to grab some lunch and look around, but unfortunately the road is closed. There's been a landslide, probably due to the recent rains and storms they've had in the last few weeks. So it's closed off, so we can't get there. So we're gonna head now, unfortunately that's where the majority of the things in Sequoia are, all the waterfalls and stuff like that. So we're gonna head down now to a lake and then head back to Fresno and do a few things, hopefully find something to do in Fresno. But while I was driving, I just found this amazing lookout point. Let me turn you around. So I'd just pulled over on the road. The road is just up here at the top and walked down this quite steep slope, and there's this rock face here and an amazing outlook over the whole canyon. So this is the road that you can actually see here winding down, and then it comes through here in the valley. This is the one that's closed off, which is a real shame, because what we would have done is we would have driven down here and then basically driven all the way through the canyon up there and then gone for lunch, and the canyon looks amazing. But I mean, we're going to Antelope Canyon, we're going to Zion National Park and doing all that, so you know, we're not missing out really. But yeah, absolutely stunning. So we'll take a little detour, get back on the road and head up to the lake. Right, so we made it to Hume Lake.
This old habit's got a hold on me, won't let go of me. This old habit's got a grip on me, won't won't set me free, won't leave me be. I can't shake it, I can't break it, I can't get away from you, you pull me in. I can't shake it, I can't break it, I can't get away from you, you pull me in. You're sweet, Lord, it is too much for me. You got me on my knees. I know I should just walk away.
Really, I mean, I know obviously I'm biased because I drive one at home, but really can't recommend the Volvo XC90. If you're an outdoorsy person and you want a really good, high quality car that isn't going to cost an absolute arm and leg, XC90, 10 out of 10. Right, so we made it to Heirloom, which is in North Fresno. This place came highly recommended, one of the best restaurants in Fresno. It's like fast casual, so it's quite a decent length line, but it moves pretty quickly. You go to the counter, choose what you want on the menu, order. They then sit you down at the table. They've got soda machines, which I'll go and show you, with all fancy sodas, none of the Sprite, Coke, all that stuff. It's all fancy stuff. And then, yeah, they bring the food over to you. So we've ordered quite a selection because we're starving. It's 1 o'clock. We've only had half a wrap each. Anything we don't eat, we're gonna obviously take back to the hotel later and have for dinner or breakfast tomorrow. So we've ordered a spicy lamb burger, we've ordered a steak sandwich, some garlic fries, and a wedge salad. So I'll take it over and show the sodas, and then hopefully the food will be here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Right, so I went for the blueberry soda, and it looks like Emily's gone for the lemon and lime. Yeah. The blueberry soda is absolutely awesome. It's like a mixture of that American, like, artificial grape flavour with sweet blueberry. It's absolutely gorgeous. Alright, so we just finished in Heirloom, and the reviews were right. That was absolutely fantastic food. Came out really quick, really fresh. Spicy lamb burger was really nice. The garlic chips were some of the best chips I've had. Really crispy, absolutely loaded with garlic and Parmesan cheese. Had a nice wedge Cobb salad. And the Austin sandwich, the tri-tip smoked sandwich, was probably one of the best sandwiches I've ever had, and I've eaten thousands of sandwiches. So yeah, 100% recommend if you're in Fresno, visit Heirloom. And of all the shops in the US, this is one of our favourites. Emily has an unhealthy obsession with the soups in Whole Foods, so we're going in to get some soups and sandwiches for tomorrow when we're in Yosemite for lunch. Double cheddar and broccoli soup. Fill it to the top. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, you're married to me. Get your money's worth. Look at that. Amateur I have to do things properly for once. We've actually come in the shop and only bought the thing we wanted. Normally we come in here and we walk out with baskets full of stuff. Sandwiches, salads, deli food. I really wish we had one of these in Dubai. Alright, so we just nipped back to the hotel. Gotta say, actually really impressed with the DoubleTree. It's a decent little hotel. We've got a nice suite. Staff are friendly, there's a Pizza Hut, a nice bar, free parking, centrally located in downtown. But we're just going to nip out now, do a few bits and bobs, and then we may possibly go to a new casino because Emily's got the itch and she wants to gamble. So apparently this is a brand new casino. It's a casino and a hotel. It's in Millerton, just outside Fresno. And yeah, it's a nice little area actually. Got a nice golf course with some nice houses on the course. I'll see if I can zoom in. Yeah, I bet they loved it when the casino opened right opposite. So we're just going to put $100 in each. Obviously, we know we're going to be doing a lot of gambling over the next few days, so I'm not going to film inside. I know what these casinos are like. And typically our money lasts for about 10 minutes and then it's usually gone without any wins. So if we do hit anything decent, we'll try and film it. Right, so we just finished. It was about an hour and a half. I did all right, hit quite a few bonuses. Took the $100 up to about 170, and then took it down to about $70 and cashed out. So it's cost me $30 for about 2 hours. Emily lost all of hers. Shock horror. Okay, so we made it back to the hotel. We were thinking about going out for dinner tonight, but we are both absolutely pooped. So we have a lot of stuff to pack up. So we're just going to sort out the hotel room, get all the packing done tonight, because we're going to be up at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning, regardless of how much sleep we have. Because we're heading to Yosemite National Park, so it's a 2-hour drive. So the plan is to get up at 4 and leave around 4:45, 5 a.m, which will allow us to get there in the park for 7 a.m. And then we've got a full day in the park tomorrow. So gonna wrap this vlog up for today. Hit like, subscribe. Any questions you've got, feel free to comment. I'll try and get back to all the comments that I can, and we'll see you next week for Yosemite.